Welcome back to the First Time Homebuyer City a Day Challenge, Episode 8. Today we're headed to Baltimore, Maryland. The median household income in Baltimore, Maryland is about $60,000 a year, so we will use that as the baseline for our first time homebuyer example. While I've never been to Baltimore, I have been to the DC area, and I know that there's a lot of really interesting things to see in Baltimore. This is Fort McHenry, where the Star-Spangled Banner was written. Baltimore also has the B&O Railroad Museum, and Baltimore is the hometown of writer Edgar Allan Poe. All right, let's get into the real estate. So a first-time home buyer making about an annual gross income of $60,000 could afford about $189,000, putting down 20%. Adversely, if this first-time home buyer wanted to put down something on the lower end, closer to the 3%, they could afford, as a maximum, a $152,000 home. All right, so I found a lot of great options in Baltimore for first-time home buyers. Interestingly enough, and very different real estate than I've ever seen in any other city so far. While there was only one property that I found that was a standalone house, all of the others were townhouse style homes. So no real condos in this market, very rare, which was interesting to see. So the first one we'll look at is the standalone house. This is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, just over 1,200 square feet at $189,900. This is right at, if not slightly above, our top end budget. But hear me out on this one. This home has been completely redone on the inside and has very spacious with new floors, new paint, and a lot of the original architectural details, which we'll see. Tons and tons of archways, cool stairwell, definitely a lot of character and charm in this home. The kitchen is probably one of the problem areas. It is brand new and looks very nice, but it is very small. Doesn't have a dishwasher, which is also something that's very common, apparently, in homes of this vintage. It's got a brand new bathroom, and the upstairs has 3 bedrooms with one very small bonus room that I would also just include as a closet, to be honest. One thing I would say about this home is likely the only reason why this fell into our first-time homebuyer range is that the neighborhood is less than ideal. It wasn't the worst neighborhood, but definitely was one where a significant amount of crime is reported. Definitely not one of the nicer neighborhoods in Baltimore. However, I do think this home has been on the market for a while. I think someone who would want to come in and buy it would be able to do so at less than what the price is today. So I believe that you would be able to get it for inside our first-time homebuyer range. All right, so I actually have 4 properties for us today, and all of the rest of them are really cool townhouse style, historic, old school looking properties that have all been redone. So this one again is right at the top of our budget, somehow also the same price, $189,900, 2-bed, 1-bath, and about the same size as the previous one at about 1,200 square feet. This one has tons of character and charm and a lot of the details that the homeowner has, but very cool sort of shotgun style townhouse here. A cute kitchen with really a lot of great square footage in it. Dishwasher here, which is awesome. Has a really cute fenced in back patio. I wouldn't call this a yard because it does look like it's a concrete pad, but good size here with lots of privacy. 2 good sized bedrooms, 2nd bedroom here, and 1 bath that looks to be in good shape. The neighborhood for this one was a lot better than the single family home that we just looked at, but this is really the one of the more expensive properties that I saw. There weren't too many that were into the 200,000. So the rest of the properties that I saw were all eligible for someone putting down way less money, and honestly very comparable in terms of what you get. And this is our 3rd property, $145,000, so about $40,000 cheaper than the one we just saw. 3 beds, 1.5 baths, and about 1,040 square feet. Honestly, very comparable to the previous one we saw at a much lower price. Very nice newer kitchen, no dishwasher in this unit, but like I said, not unusual for Baltimore. Another very pretty but narrow living area, and another cute backyard patio area. Nice light-filled primary bedroom, a newly redone bath with skylight, and the half bath is in the basement, interestingly enough, in the utility room with the washer and dryer. All right, our 4th and bonus unit here, super cute along this street with all of the townhouses looking a little bit different, but the cool arched detailing above the doors and windows is really neat, and the details at the top of the facade really cool. Again, this is one that is very low in our budget here, so 169, 3-bed, 2.5 baths, so even more baths, 1,176 square feet. It's super nice on the inside here, very pretty wood floors, pretty stairway with the mule post and banister. Another very nice, newly renovated kitchen. This one also has a dishwasher. Another light-filled primary bedroom with a tray ceiling, which is really pretty detail. Really pretty bath with nice tile. And another small patio in the back. Definitely could use a better fence and a little cleanup, but good space back there. And a huge utility area for storage in the basement. I definitely like what I saw in Baltimore. There's tons of character in this, an old world charm in this historic city. Definitely an area where the cost of living is a lot lower. I think the economy probably hasn't really stayed or really gained momentum there, keeping their real estate very low and affordable by first-time home buyers. I think if you're somebody who wants to live in the city, one of these townhouse style homes would definitely be the right fit. It didn't seem like you really got much more, if really any more value going into a single family home, just because of the difference in the neighborhood that you'd be having to go to in terms of being able to afford that. So let's go ahead and go into the rating. All right, now for the ranking. So in terms of number of options on the market, I'm giving Baltimore a 10 out of 10. I haven't given a 10 out of 10 for this yet. They definitely had a lot of first-time homebuyer options. I was like to see tons and tons of options for larger than a condo, smaller than a single-family home, but lots of options. Quality of homes, minimum 2-bed, 1-bath, definitely fit the 2-bed, 1-bath mold on up, and the quality was pretty solid. There were a lot of options I saw that were pretty rough around the edges, and I showed you probably the best of the best, but I'm giving this a 7 out of 10. Price spread of options on the market, we definitely saw options lower end of our budget and on the top end of our budget, so I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Quality of property locations, I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. Honestly, the vibe I got from some of the neighborhood ranking sites was that a lot of these neighborhoods do have some rough areas, and it wasn't clear to me whether or not it was all of Baltimore or just parts of it. So I'm erring on a side of a caution here, and I'm saying that the locations, the neighborhoods here are about a 6 out of 10. Then property size in square feet, these were all pretty standard for 2-bed, 1-bath, just over 1,000 square feet. So I'm giving these a 6 out of 10 for a 38 out of 50. Putting Baltimore in second on our list so far.